DW Stacey Bivens is here on the set with us. Stacey, it's good to see you here. What do you make of that announcement? Do you think that Barrett managed to convince liberals that she's going to stand as an impartial justice and not simply act as essentially a tool for Republican interests?
Well, I think the tableau in the Rose Garden was very interesting. It was very Americana. She had her 7 children there, 2 of whom were adopted from Haiti. Her youngest child has Down syndrome, and her husband was there looking on supportively. And it's the kind of scene that Christian American voters like to see. But to answer your question directly, in short, no. It's not personal, though. It's political. Barrett did talk about RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and her legacy and how important it is. But at the end of the day, these 2 women are ideologically opposed. And Barrett's leanings are more in line with the late Justice Antonin Scalia, who she clerked for and who was anti-abortion and who was not in support of the Obamacare. So, no, she didn't do much to sway liberals.
No doubt we'll be seeing more of this in the coming days.
Yes, of course.
What impact could Barrett's appointment have on the court?
Well, it'll tilt the court. The balance will be 6-3. So the swing voter, the moderate John Roberts, who has, voted for Obamacare, if he were to do that again, his vote wouldn't matter because the majority would rule. And it could serve to reshape the landscape of the court and America when it comes to things like LGBTQ rights, immigration, and reproductive rights. So there's a lot on the line. She's only 48 years old. She could be on the court for 20 or 30 years. So this is a big deal. And also, we should say, Trump has been sowing seeds of mistrust when it comes to the election. He says if he doesn't win, then it means that it's rigged. So he has picked somebody and he's pushing this confirmation ahead so that if he loses, he can say that this was rigged and he can fight to the Supreme Court, and he's hoping that his pick will side with him.
You know, the age thing that you mentioned is so crucial because people around the world might not realize that these are lifetime appointments.
Yes,
And now Trump is managing to stack the court with very young justices. So this is a legacy that will continue for a long time. So what happens now? I mean, if this confirmation, as the confirmation goes forward here, do the Democrats have any more cards to play?
They really don't. What they can do, though, is try to slow things down procedurally. They could use Kamala Harris, the vice presidential nominee, because she's on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and she is a very tough questioner. So you get her in there pressing this nominee about her record and her writings, and it would... What people are hoping is that it would scare Democrats who might be lazy. They feel like they're not going to come out to the polls to come out and vote. And it would buy Democrats a little bit more time. So, for example, if Joe Biden were to win, he would have the option. It hasn't been done since 1869, but he would have the option to add more justices to the court so that the balance could be restored then more to the more liberal-leaning side.
Yeah, the gloves may be off here.
Oh, yeah.
Stacey Bivens from DW, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Michael.